Hey guys, welcome back to Your Gear Sucks. A very happy 2024 to you. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 accessories that are essential for your Spark products. And you're going to stick around for number 5 because it's pretty cool. Now, whether you have a Spark Mini, Go, 40, or whatever, I have in front of me here, I have the Mini, one of my Minis, I have 3 of these actually, and I have the 40. And throughout my time using these guys, I've used various accessories. Some are covered in other videos that I've done, and I'll showcase them here as well because they are essential. Now, first and foremost, to get the best out of your Spark, I say you need an external cable. Okay, so this is number 1. Now, you have 2 different types of cables. The 40 only takes a summing cable if you want the consolidated stereo signal to go into a output to a PA, to a mixing board or whatever, but it's not your only option. You can still have one of these, which is compatible with both the 40 and the Mini, and basically it is a headphone out to 2 mono outs going left and right. And basically with the 40, you pop it in and you just have one of the channels go out, and or you can use both stereo channels. But this one you can make it mono. So what mono will do is you just use the left and it'll be a consolidated stereo channel if you have only one channel for your PA. If you have 2 channels available on your PA mixer, this is essential. And of course, these guys I'll link down below. This one I made myself, not available in Canada, but they are available in the US. I'll pop a link in the description below. This one I've linked a bunch of times in the description. I have many of these lying around. They've come in so handy for using the Spark on stage. And whether it be the Go or whether it be the Mini or the 40, these are super essential. So number 1 is your cabling system. Now going along with that, and I've covered these in number 2, a wireless guitar system. Now, why is this specific to the Spark? And I'll tell you why. Because in many instances, I've had to put the Spark on stage near the mixing board. Now, when it's near the mixing board, you have to have a really long guitar wire to come into here, unless you have a wireless guitar system. Now, these come in many forms. This is Guitaria. I have a Moons. I have another one that uses RF signals at home, but they all essentially do the same thing. And they're all pretty good. Like, I've never had them fail on me. I've had to repair a couple because of wonky connections inside this part here. But these guys got look, some aluminum casing here. It looks pretty good and they're pretty solid. So these Guitaria ones are pretty good if you can find them. They all come in different types of names. I'll link some that I like in the box down below. So what you do, obviously, the reception end, you pop into that. This end, you pop in your guitar. You can pop the output, right? Pop it into your mixing board, set it off to the side, and that's it, right? If you need to go adjust it between songs, you can. Unless, again, this is number 2. Number 1's a cable. Number 2, these are all complementary, right? Number 3 is a foot switch. Now this one's an Airsep specifically made for the Spark. It's super awesome, super easy to use. As soon as you turn it on, yeah, flip this switch here. Let me go to overhead. Bang, that's it. And then there's function control here. But you read up on the functioning there. But you turn it on, boom, it's already connected, right? So it's on. I'll switch this over here. We'll go to cam number 5. And you'll be able to see. Super easy, super quick. You can see it switching through your presets, right? So again, with the wireless guitar system, right? Set this off to the side, out to your mixing board, have an Airsep in front of you, and basically your Spark sounds, 4 of your Spark sounds are here. And you can switch with the function pedal. It depends on which Spark you're using. This works differently in terms of functionality depending on the Spark. I think the 40 has the largest function set, but essentially right out of the box it can work like that. You know, you switch between your 4 presets, and for me that's given me way more than enough range on using these things. So again, number 1, the cable right here, plug it into your mixing board. Use a wireless guitar system. That's your number 2 accessory. Number 3 accessory is the Airsep, of course, right? Super cool, because they're all kind of complementary, and that's why I say they're essential, and expands your Spark's functionality. Now let me turn this off because it's giving me a little bit of a hiss in that preset. Number 4 is specific to the Spark 40, and a lot of you will have seen these on some Spark 40s. I'll show you what it is. It is a battery pack. This battery pack is awesome. This one's Krisdonia, which does this specific one. A lot of people recommend the Talent Cell ones, and essentially all it does, let me switch cameras here, get close up on this thing. We'll switch over to cam. There we go. So all this thing does is just provides power. This one goes up to 20 volt. Basically, you turn it on, double click, double click, double click, double click, and now we're at 20 volt. And it's not plugged in for a reason. DC out, goes into power jack back here, right? And just turn it on. You can see. It essentially turns the Spark 40 into a portable amplifier. Now I've used this, you can see the output is at this, because I've used this for busking. It's gone up against 400 watt portable PA speakers. It's gone up against all the Fishmans, and this thing right here, in fact, I might even pop a little clip. It's loud. It's loud, more than loud enough, and the battery pack here, you can see it still says 84% because the last time I used it for a gig. The gig lasted maybe an hour. It went down to 84%, even at that loudness. These battery packs are powerful. They're awesome. I've had this one on here for like 3 or 4 years, so they last. Only downside with the battery pack is that if you plug your headphones in, there's not enough current being drawn from it, so it auto shuts off. The way I get around that is I got one of these little USB lights, and I just pop it into one of the little USB outlets, and it doubles even as like a little light as well. So that even if I pop my headphone in, if I have this going out to a PA system, then, or a mixer, obviously I have to use the headphone out to do that. And if you use the headphone out to do that, the battery might shut off. So it's number 4. Number 4 is the battery pack. This one is a 25,000 milliamp hour. That means it can run for an hour on 25,000 milliamp draw. Now most things don't draw that much, but it's basically a power rating. 25,000 is more than enough. I've never had it run out on me. I've used it in parks. I used it all summer, in fact. It was amazing. It performed awesome. This one's Krisdonia. The Talent Cell one is also really popular. That one's not available in Canada. That's why I went with this guy here. And it's mounted onto the back. I basically used like an L bracket. I think it was an L bracket that I screwed into one of the screws. In fact, I'll show you how it goes. Let me see here. Switch to. So if you look at the back here, maybe at the bottom, there's like a little L bracket. I think I picked that one up at Walmart or Home Depot. It was during the pandemic. Essentially just curved it. I attached it to one of these screws, so I got a longer version of these screws. And then on the inside, I put some heavy-duty Velcro just to keep it in place. You can see the Velcro kind of sitting in there. And it's stayed on ever since. Super, super cool addition to the Spark, and it turns this essentially into a small gigging amp, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I really love it for that. Now, the last one is the coolest one, and I saved the best for last. You know, a lot of us have control tones and stuff for the Spark on the app. The app is pretty cool, but sometimes getting into the app and fooling around with it, there's connection time and all that weird stuff that ends up going on. I hate that. I really, really do. So it's nice to have a dedicated tablet, but if you have a dedicated tablet, the tablet sits, let me get one. Tablet will sit like this, maybe slide around, maybe kind of be in the way, you know. This one's tiny. This is like an 8-inch, I think, or a 7-inch, and basically it's still kind of in the way. It can fall off, slide as it vibrates. Not a good solution if you want to have a dedicated tablet. So what do? This is where the internet provides. This little device here is a 3D printed tablet holder, and I can put the link for it down below. For this one, I basically, like, there's a whole slew of like Spark accessories available in the 3D printing universe. You can just download the 3D printed file, send it off to a local 3D printer of yours, and they'll make this thing for you. I think this thing cost me like $10 to make at my local 3D printing spot. I'll show you how it works. So if we go back here, if you look at the back of the Spark, you see there's a little recess right here. Goes kind of in, right? So that's basically where this thing is going to sit. Slots in there, pops on. Let's put it on. So remove the little power thing there for now. All right. Take this, slip it in there, pop it in, boom. Put the power back in. Oops. That one goes here. In. There we go. Cool little tablet holder. And just to show you guys what it looks like, the tablet on it. That's it. Pretty cool. So you use this as a dedicated selection for your Spark. Super cool, and I'm going to link down to Spark accessories, a couple of different 3D prints, because there's other ones that have like that make battery holders that go into those screws. Super awesome. Sky's the limit. That little metal thing that I have on the back here is just a magnet that I put on here because I had a tablet that was in a case and I wanted the case to sit, but it sat forward a little bit too much. So I put the magnet there because I put a little magnet pad or a metal pad on the back of the case so it would stay in place a lot nicer. But yeah, it's pretty dope. Pretty nifty little gadget. Super sleek. Looks cool. And again, I'll link that down below. Now, you guys have been loving the Spark videos so far. I really appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, please just subscribe. We get to 500 subscribers. Also, check out the other videos on the other stuff that I do, because there's lots of gear videos that are going to be coming out in the new year, and you might find some of them interesting, even if you're not coming here for Spark content, which is clearly the most popular stuff on this channel. Hope you enjoyed that. Check out the links down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.